Well, Jethro Tull's had at least its fair share of musical changes, but I think it's always best seen in the perspective of the pre-Jethro Tull identity. The John Evan Band, consisted of a certain number of people who uh, split up immediately prior to Jethro Tull's forming, and then after the the initial version of Jethro Tull faded away, Clive Bunker and Glenn Cornick and Mick Abrahams, the members of the previous band sort of came back into Jethro Tull, and the extraneous figures, if you like, are David Palmer, who, I mean, actually worked on even the very first album. He was involved in doing some arrangements for, a few session players, orchestral players on that album, and right the way through. So he's sort of been involved right since the beginning and became a proper member of the band for two or three albums in the late 70s, early 80s. And I mean, other than that, the only regular changes we've had is from bass players, and not because they were pushed, but because they left. Glenn Cornick left to form his own band. I mean, he wasn't entirely pushed. Jeffrey Hammond was, very much resigned. I mean, nobody wanted him to leave. He just decided that he'd had enough of being a musician and wanted to go back to painting. So he left, and John Glasscock, who followed him, died, through a heart disease, which had always been with him, but he didn't know about it, sort of thing. After that, the next guy was temporary, and then after that was Dave Pegg. So, I mean, really only in the bass player department have there been a lot of changes. The most recent changes are for entirely different reasons and due to a bit of a mix-up over the identity of the album A. And that's really the only area of any sour feeling in the group, is of the changes in 1980 or thereabouts. Other than that, I mean, I don't think there's been as many changes as there appear. It's rather like you've got a family of people who have been in and out of Jethro Tull, or certainly have been in and out of an involvement with playing with me over a number of years. And they're the only people I played with. There haven't been too many strangers in the band, as it were. There's kind of this, family of people that most of whom I played with since I was 15 years old.